Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, and we are back at Mercury Farms, headed on down to the field that we just created because it has weeds in it. Weeds, weeds, weeds. I'm actually surprised that there's already crop growing in here. But yeah, we definitely need to get rid of the weeds that's here. Going to set him off and a hired worker. Hopefully he can be just fine. Shouldn't take him too long to do this field. As you can see, our weeds are just plentiful everywhere, here and here. We are going to harvest our soybeans in this field while he's doing so. So let's get right to work. No time to waste. I just did reload the game. I'm sure the prices are the same I left last time. I think we decided that the price of soybeans, yeah, they're going down. So nothing that we are going to sell. It's going to go right into storage with our Joskin trailer right over there. Also, I have found out the problem we've been having with the subsoiler plow from Stevie. There is an update for that, and it does work just fine. But we will stick with the plow that we have for now, just because of the horsepower requirement. But over in Hawke's Bay, we will keep Stevie's plow. I've already tried it on there. That's where I tried it at, actually. That's what the big bud is for over there. So it's not going to take us long to harvest this field. So I just need to see what the field needs to be done afterwards. Or I can check right now, actually. I'll be able to see. I think we did lime and everything last time, maybe. I'm not quite sure. But I think this field's going to be fine just for reseeding. If I don't keep running in the hedges here. So we were talking about maybe trying to figure out what to do with the money that we have. Pay off some of our loan. Or buy more land. I slept on it, and I still don't know. So we will find out here soon enough. Soon enough. Because those fields are ready for harvesting. So, you know, we can just go ahead and get them now and start expanding this field. Because this little cubby hole, yeah, it does. I don't want. It kind of gets on my nerves a little bit the way it's located. But you know, we're pushing through. So it may be time to actually purchase the field and start expanding it a little bit. I'm still not sure about that upper right hand corner of the HUD display where it's black during the day, white at night. The black is a little hard to see in the daytime unless you got it up against the sky or against, you know, a whitish background like the crop right there. You can kind of read it easily. You get like in the grass or the fence line or a tree line, it can be a little difficult. But it's not the end of the world. So we do have $63,000 in our pocket, but we do owe like $185, I think, on the loan. But the loan is not going to be around for much longer, especially since we got another soybean field that'll be ready for harvest in another day or so. Yeah, it might be time to expand this field a little bit. Expand, expand. What to put in this field after we do, I don't know. So I think we'll have to wait and see what we spend money on here. Because we're also going to probably try to sell some milk today and possibly some eggs as well. And eventually get to our grass field. Or feed grass fields. Boy, I'm just running into everything here. But first thing we need to do is harvest this field. Won't take us too long to do it, especially when you do a time lapse. Not sure you could see it in the time lapse, but I did check the field. It does not need lime or to be plowed, so it's ready just to be seeded right away. After we buy, I think we can buy one of these fields, I'm sure. Can I actually get this whole strip with one pass? I don't think I could, but I might be able to. So let's back up, get this little strip here. So yeah, we do have 63,000. We buy the fields. We won't be merging them yet, but at least we'll buy it and get the crop off it. I know I said before, I think I said in the last episode, we'll wait and see when they have something better in it. But, you know, sometimes you just can't help yourself. You just got to go ahead and do it sometimes. And like I was saying before, the loan is going to be, I don't want to say going to be easy to pay off now, because we're, you know, I say the more fields you have, the easier it is, the more money comes in. It's all easier. So while this guy's unloading, we'll grab our New Holland because he is done weeding that field. Yes, he is. Our nice new big field. Well, bigger field. So we'll set this guy up on a worker. I'm going to make a couple passes on one side, on the south side of the field, so he can have room to turn around. And then let's see how he manages the tree field on a weeder. Yeah, I'll just make two passes and send him off on a worker and see how he does. And then we can figure out what to do with our farm here. I think our farm's coming along nicely. Definitely doing the woodwork up in the forest was what let us get to where we are and get some of the, well, decent equipment. Well, it's I shouldn't say decent, it's really good. Seems kind of weird though, we came here with 1.7 in the bank and it's like, oh, this should be not too bad. And yeah, here we are. Putting along, but I do like the challenge on hard mode. I wonder what it's like on easy, what the price. I don't think I've ever looked on easy mode to see what the prices exactly are on easy mode, but I can imagine what you can get for some stuff, selling crops and whatnot. I think our weeder needs to be repaired because I'm only going 9 miles an hour. And if you haven't already checked out the Hawke's Bay series going on, I think I may have mentioned this in the last video as well, but we're going pretty much all big stuff there. I don't even have a T8. I know, we got a T9 though. Got a T9, a different seed drill. We got like a big buds. We don't have the weeder, we have sprayers. Of course, we do have a Volvo truck, and I'm finding out I kind of need another Volvo truck for that series. I need a couple trucks. All right, sir. Can you manage this? Hopefully you can. Have some fun. So while we're here, so one field needs to be plowed. So let's see what the prices are of these fields. I can barely afford that one. I could easily afford that one. This leaves us with a couple thousand. Okay, so what I want to see is one field needs to be plowed. Okay, so one is barley, one is wheat. Alright, so we'll probably buy field 13 right here, just because it doesn't need to be plowed at the moment. So I will get a better crop out of it. So let's go ahead and spend the rest of what we got for money. No, I don't want to get into the header. I want to get to the combine. So now that the combine is empty, I'm pretty sure there's no way I can get this off on a worker. That is one weird shaped field. But who knows, when we sell our eggs and milk and maybe this wheat. I kind of forgot. Do I have... I got enough wheat for the chickens for a while, so we could actually go ahead and sell this crop at the windmill for $5.47, which is a pretty good price. But I need to come over here and get access to this field. So we'll get out our trusty little chainsaw. And we'll cut down some access here. They're all going to come down, so... And then I'll have some wood to sell. Not much, but it's wood. I'm not going to be able to cut down this one, I don't think. Then again, I'm wrong. Alright, so if I need to, I can just... I think we'll pile them all in kind of the same general area, so I can find them later on. Should be one here somewhere. There we go. I'm going to leave that one there so I can find the stump. That's my plan. Alright, so straw swath, I think we'll enable it because... Okay, so my combine thinks I'm still doing soybeans, so it won't let me... There, now it sees it, so I should be able to enable it. So it is a weird shaped field. We will get a little bit, but this is actually barley, and I was looking at wheat, so I don't know what the price of barley is, but either way, we're selling it. Just to get a little bit of cash going. And the next field we'll buy would be that one. And then maybe we can merge the fields all into one. I still need to buy that field right there as well. But when I buy the one on our left-hand side here, at least that will make the field a little bit more workable. It'll be more of a square, if you will, or a rectangle. But we're not going to get a great deal of barley out of here. But it doesn't need to be plowed or lined. It just doesn't have the fertilizer down, and there's no weeds, so it's going to be an okay yield. Those soybeans we're going to put in storage, and I thought about this when I was grabbing the Joskin trailer. I hope it's going to be okay to put into the silo. I can't remember if the Joskin has a trap door on it, or is it just tipped backwards. I'm remembering the Pacific Northwest series, I had that problem going into the silo and tipping out or unloading, and yep, it would hit the ceiling, and that's going to be a little bit of a problem at this silo here if that's the case. If it does have a trap door, it's just going to unload slowly, but it is what it is. Actually, we are getting a fair amount of barley out of this field already. I can see I do have to bring the stump grinder over, because when you're trying to harvest, I'm hitting those stumps. It might actually stop me, and it's not really good for the header, really. Basically the header's probably trying to chip some wood down. Well, 16,000 liters out of this field for soybeans is pretty good. So roughly $16,000 worth. I do believe there is a trap door. Yes, tip side, which is towards the back right now. The one thing I just realized though, the trailer is a little bit longer, and I got the truck, so it's a little bit tighter to get in here. When does it pop up like an unload? Right there. I'm pretty sure it's going to clip. Unless I sneak forward a little bit. Well, with only half a trailer load, it didn't probably get all the way to the top before it was empty. But we got it in there. Our combine is full with some barley. And I was thinking once again, instead of cutting these down with a chainsaw, I wonder if I bring the stump grinder over. I wonder if that will work. I'm not quite under yet. Wasn't paying attention. I was had my mind set on the stump grinder. There, that make it look a little bit better so it's actually dumping in there. So what is the price of barley? Not as good, but we're going to sell it anyways at the Windmill Hill. Just because, who's blocked by an object? Is that tree in your way, sir? Yeah, I'm not really sure how you end up in this position. I'll have to look at the field stats here and see roughly where he is. Alright, so I'm going to just work around the tree for him. It's kind of hard to see where some of the weeds are, but we'll figure it out. For this little section here, I turned the straw swath off and we're just going to chop it on up. It'll just be a pain in the butt going on with a loading wagon trying to get every little drop of straw, and straw's not worth that much, so I'm not worried about losing a little bit of profit here. Alright, let's go empty the rest of what we got into the truck, and we'll head quickly up to the Windmill Hill and sell what we have because the price is dropping. Looks like our weeder, for what I did, is all fixed up and he's ready to go. Actually, he says he's done. Is he? Not quite, but good enough. Good enough. It's hard to find good help here on Mercury Farms. Now we can fold up our combine harvester. And I think I'll park it in the garage with the header still on it. Just because I'm lazy and don't feel like detaching it right now. But we will lower the header down so it takes some of the weight off the combine. Turn the engine off, Peanut. That's always a good thing to do. Alright, let's hop into the Volvo. Head to the north end of the map where the Windmill Hill is. And sell this grain. And then I think we'll grab the New Holland once we finish weeding that field, the tree field. I'll actually see if I can use a stump grinder on these posts. I've always used a chainsaw, which, you know, is the obvious thing you would do, but yeah, we're going to try the stump grinder, see if I can just grind them all away. I don't know if the stump grinder can even get that high on those posts. And just like that, in a flash, we're up here. So, let's see, we got, yeah, so we're going to get, maybe just shy of $7 grand out of this. But at least it'll give us some cash. Yeah, $7,300. So it'll give us some space to fool around and mess around if we need to, like buy lime and seed and fertilizer. But I'll meet you back down at the farm with the New Holland and the stump grinder and see if we can just chop those stumps away. Over here at our repair station, if you will. Repair for $332. Yes, please. It was pretty much worn down. But the tree field is now all weeded. I probably will fertilize it later. It needs one more stage of fertilization on it. That's right, this won't fit underneath here unless we lower it. Alright, so I am kind of hoping that using the stump grinder, I can just do the posts. I think before I said stumps, but they're posts. I'm hoping I can just do the posts with the stump grinder instead of loading up, cutting it with the chainsaw and then loading them up and then for the amount we're going to get for him, it's, yeah, I'm getting to that stage where I'm starting to figure out, is it worth it? And I'm thinking, not really. I mean, just knock that one over there. There's that post. Now with that log still in there, or left of that post, I can kind of see roughly where I need to be. I think I got it. First thing we'll do is we'll get rid of the post that we know we can get rid of. Alright, moment of truth here. Is that going to work? Is it going to take the whole stump out? No, little by little. Alright, well you can do it, but this is like the third. How come it won't let me back up here? Is it because it's still... Oh, I know what's hitting. It's hitting the barbed wire. So if I go from like the other side, start from the other side of the field and work my way down. So from what I can see, the amount of times I got to go down with a stump grinder, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Because that was 4 cuts to get down there, so... Yeah, so it's going to be just easier by cutting with a chainsaw and then going around later, pick them all up, throw them in the back of the jaw skin. So, yeah, we'll get some money out of it by doing it that way. Is it worth it? I'm not sure it is, but it's what we're going to have to do. So I do have to cut the top of... Wait a minute, you were going to let me cut it before, weren't you? Well, if you get it just right, you can. Whoa, where are you going, sir? Where did you go? Way over here, huh? Interesting. 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 Alright, so yeah, I'm going to cut these with a chainsaw. Time-lapse on stuff like this doesn't really work because you're just going to get like dizzy and you may want to leave the room and you may pass out. So I'll bring it back when I got all these cut. Well, as I was going along here, I'm just like focused on the next post. And you think, oh, I'm making great progress. I must be almost there. Then you'd stand up and look at the end of the line. It's like, nope. I got like 20 more to go. Not now I don't. But before I was like, I got to be near the end. Of course, I'm just looking at the next post and look down like, oh, wow, I got like 20 more. So I think what we'll do now is I'll have the fun task of... Move over, dude. Really? I can't push it over? What? What? Yeah. Let's, drop this guy off here. We'll get the Joskin trailer. Start loading up these firewood. It's basically firewood. And bring that on up to the sawmill. And that way I can get to, at some point, I'm probably not going to do it now, use a stump grinder and get rid of the rest of the wood that's sticking out of the ground. So it might be a little bit more fun because I think this trailer is going to be higher than the other one. Wow, it looks like a lot of the posts don't even fall when you cut them. Interesting. Let's see. I'm going to make a little bit more progress doing this. And I shall return when I get... Well, this is going to take a while. Let me just say it's going to take a while. Well, I'm actually starting to make some pretty good progress here. With the Joskin trailer being longer, it's easier just to toss them up there, and since it's long enough, I'm really not going to overshoot it like I was with the other one, so I'm just picking them up and fling them in there. I think part of this is because I got the lift anything mod, so I can fling it pretty good. If I was standing on the side, I'd just fling it right over. But since the trailer is long enough, it's not an issue. Is there a log in here, or did I just already grab that one? I don't see one, but we know how to find them. We know how to find them. Well, this farmer is a lot more athletic than the one in Farmer's Dynasty. Alright. Pull forward, you can see we don't have that many more to go. Can I get $1,000 for these? That'd be. I would actually like to get $2,000 because I'm going to take that. That would get us over $10,000 in the bank account, and I'll pay some of the loan off actually. So I don't think I'm going to get enough by selling the eggs and the milk to be able to afford the other field. Although I could be surprised because the ladies have laid a lot of eggs, and I think last time we got a pretty good chunk of change for it. So maybe I won't pay off the loan just yet. I mean, really there's no need to because you don't pay the interest until midnight. I think it was in 2000 in FS15 you paid it by the hour. Yeah, I think in 15 was by the hour. Alright, so I do believe I got all of the post in there. So time to head to the mill. I'm hoping that these sell. Being back there, I think it will. If not, I'll just tip it and hopefully they come out. This is considered tailgating. Just saying. Alright, do we get $1,000 for these posts? 1,500. And actually does put us over 10,000. How convenient. I asked for it, we got it. So actually it wasn't too bad. I guess it's better than me sitting there and grinding up like I was going to. But honestly, if it did it in with one grind, I probably would have done it that way. But now looking at it, it didn't take me that long to cut them up with a chainsaw, and now with the Joskin trailer, picking up and just tossing in the back, real easy. So I'll have to keep that in mind next time I do some fields. But now we're going to go back, put the Joskin trailer down, and we'll grab the stump grinder and grind all those up. And I think we'll grab our new plow by the Kentucky farmer, and I think we'll create some fields by starting merging those together. I know I said I wouldn't, but you know, why wouldn't you really? What are we waiting for, right? So I'm gonna go over and start grinding some stumps. That sounds kind of funky, but I'm gonna go over there, grind away. And I'll bring you back in just a little bit. Well, I think I'm about halfway through. Just been here grinding away. So like I said, that HUD in the upper right hand corner, when it gets the sky during the day, you can read it pretty darn well, can't you? Nighttime, we really don't work in the nighttime. Although last episode, I was showing you the main street at nighttime, driving the Volvo truck back with the loading wagon. Looks nice and pretty. I do need to go on Alien Jim's Facebook page. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been on his Facebook page, but I need to just go there and see if he's creating another map for 19. As we all know, good maps do take a while to produce. Now that Farming Sim 19's been out for a while, now you're starting to see original maps come out. You're not seeing like converted Felsburn or Ravenport maps. I am enjoying Hawke's Bay. Nice little map. It didn't look that big when I was doing my first look, and then now that I'm playing it, that map is huge. Those fields are big. It's funny how you look at a PDA and you know you're used to, like I was playing on, have a few episodes of Mercury Farms out now, and I used to look at the PDA, get the good size of the fields, and I go to Hawke's Bay, and I go, oh, that field's not that big. Then you go there and I'm like, okay, it's bigger, but it's not that big. Then you start working the field and harvesting it, and it's like, all right, this field's bigger than I thought. I don't know if there's another post in here or not. Don't think so. So there we go. They should be all gone. Now we don't have to be too careful with creating the fields in here because there's no boundaries of the field that we'll be doing. Because this field here that we just bought is kind of like in the middle-ish. So it's not going to matter too much. I just got to be careful not to knock over that plow. Because I don't know what will happen if I do. Although I do got the lift anything mod, so I could probably stand it upright again. Let's go ahead and unfold it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we'll turn that on there. That's what we want to do. I hit lower. Thank you. Takes a second, I guess. Had to hit it again. And like I said, I don't have to be too careful because eventually we'll merge with that field over there. That's pretty good for now. Probably should be lifting up the plow and backing up like that. There, now this little cubby hole that we were doing just recently, and I said, God, that's starting to drive me nuts. Now I'm not going to have to worry about it as much. And I'm not going to bother liming this section here either that we're plowing. We'll just wait until the whole field gets converted over together. But now that the more I use this plow, I'm starting to like it more and more. First of all, it's nice and wide. And it's not like the in-game plows or whatever, to where, of course, the real plows, they have like the angle to it, so you can't get flush against the field like I'm doing here. So that's nice, and of course, you know, always working speed is kind of crucial to me a little bit. Alright, we'll turn allow create fields off, fold that back up, and right now I do believe we're done. So if I can just remind myself, what was it, 53? Yeah, so 54 grand is really what we need. We will get a good amount of money for the milk. The question is, how much are we going to get for the eggs? So I'm going to go drop this off. I think we're going to have to bring the truck up there, obviously. I do have some straw to sell, but let's be honest. You know, if I got a couple grand there, who knows? I laugh now, but if we're sure a couple grand, the straw is going to be where it's at. So when I drop off this plow, I'm just going to back up just a little bit. Scratch my paint on my New Holland. Don't fall backwards. Alright, well, I could connect it if I wanted to. So stay right there. Don't go anywhere. So I'm going to head on up. The tanker that we got, I got to empty it, meaning it's got water in it. So I'll probably top off the cows and the greenhouses, and hopefully that's gets rid of all the water that's in the tanker. Well, my fear became a reality when I went up there and I said it's going to leave just enough water in the tank to where I can't fill up the milk. Yeah, I got like 3,000 liters left. Why always fertilizer back here? So we're going to fertilize the tree field while we're waiting. I realize I'm spending money and I'm trying to get up, you know, trying to get the money to maybe buy that field right there. So yeah, we're just going to kill some time. The greenhouses are filled up with water. The cows have all the water they need, so we're just kind of waiting for them to use it all. I'm hoping the milk price doesn't go down because the best price now is like $13.60, which is pretty darn good. I didn't see how much milk we had. I just went to see the price of the milk. Now I think the eggs were $1,700. We have seen it up to $19. So I probably could have went and sold some eggs, but I'm thinking, well, the longer I wait, the more eggs that they'll make and produce. So I'm just hoping that either the price stays the same or it goes up. Obviously, the latter would be better. But I couldn't speed up time too much because then this would hit the second growth stage down here. Well, I guess I could have grabbed the Duke's Fire and put the narrow tires on it and then fertilized it. But, hey, I'm free. I'm free. You know, I don't charge myself to do labor work around here, so it's better than hiring someone. Although I did have to spend the $5,000 to fill this fertilizer up, so yeah, now I need 50 grand in order to buy that field. Well, it looks like the selling of the milk is going to have to wait. Yeah, the cows are just not going through as much water when you want them to. And the greenhouses don't, you know, I've already topped them off, so they're not going to need much either. Looking at the eggs, do we have enough here to sell? I mean, yeah, we have enough eggs to sell. Well, I'm thinking we wait a little bit longer because we know that price can get up to $1,900. Right now it's $1,700. So I think what we'll do to end the episode is we're going to grab... Oh, I got to go back and grab the New Holland because down at the other farm. We're going to come back up here. We're going to grab the mower and... Hang on a second. Let me think about this. How much... no, wrong direction, Peanut. There you go. Actually, we got 65,000 liters of hay. Yeah, the cows are good for a while. We got plenty. I got enough hay to probably do 2 loads of mixed rations to feed them up, so they should be good. Yes, so we are just going to cut grass. So I'll just get the mower and the windrower, and we'll roll up some grass, and we'll have it ready to go next episode to pick up and put the BGA, or I may pick it up in between episodes and compact it. So I'll meet you back up here when I can find my New Holland and get everything hooked up. Alright, so on the way down to get the New Holland and driving back, I said, I got follow me. This would be a perfect time to do it. But it took a while to set it up, or at least get it started. I'm kind of used to 17 where you could be in the lead tractor and activate it. You actually have to be in the following tractor. The funny thing is, like, so I'm in the Volvo truck, and there's nothing on the HUD that tells me how to turn it on, so I had to go to my key options to find out how to turn it on, which is Control F. So leader, ahead distance 25 meters, or I assume it's meters. Is this on? That is on. Now when I'm in here, aha, so now that I'm in here, I can control where he's behind. Alright, turn that mower on, turn that mower on, turn the windrower on. And hopefully at some point, there, now he's coming along now. 25 is kind of a ways back, but that's fine. Yep, he's following us. So we'll see how this does. I don't know if I'll get a message when he's full because he's not a worker. So I'm not sure. Looks like I am paying a wage payment. Now he should be able to fit anywhere that I do. So we'll see how we get along here. Well, here is our first load of grass from the grass field. Follow Me is working great. It's going to be interesting when I try it when we're making hay. Because basically I'll have 3 vehicles. I'll have the lead vehicle like the New Holland with the mower, towing the tedder. Then I'll probably have the Duke's Fire. I think the Duke's Fire can handle the windrower. He'll be following the New Holland, and of course the Volvo will follow the Duke's Fire. So we'll see how it goes. Follow Me. The commands are pretty much the same, but how you got to use them are a little bit different. I think before, if I remember in 17, you could be in the lead vehicle to activate follow me, but now you have to be in the rear vehicle to activate follow me. And to turn off follow me, you have to be in the lead vehicle to turn it off, not in the following vehicle. I think, because that's the way I had to do it. So yeah, it's a little bit of a learning curve. It's not too far off, but it's just a little bit different. So now I need to go back because I was just going around with the mower, and I finally looked behind me and I could see this guy wasn't picking up anything. I closed him to within 15 meters. 15 meters is too close. He kept when I stopped, he just rammed right into the back of the windrower. Is the windrower still going? I thought the windrower was still going. It is not. I'm like, that should not be going on. So where did you stop picking up grass, dude? Right at the top, huh? So follow me is definitely saving me lots of time already. So I'm going to keep on continuing mowing grass, picking this stuff up. And I think I'll bring it back when we're just about finished. Well, I should have left the distance for follow me right at 25 because that seems just about right for this application. We have made our second trip to the BGA, so that means we have 180,000 liters of grass sitting back there. So I think we're going to roughly end up with, I think it was like 240,000 the first time we did it. So I'm assuming we're going to get the same or close to it. The one thing I do know, taking tight corners like I just did there is kind of tricky for that Volvo and the loading wagon, just because if the Volvo turns too tight, it can jackknife and get caught on the trailer itself. So I got to be kind of careful on the corners. It looks like he's doing okay so far. Shouldn't be able to fill this trailer here. If he does, that'd be fantastic. That just means another 90,000 liters, but it shouldn't. But definitely makes this job a lot easier than what it was before follow me. What would make this job a lot easier if I had the big M? I wouldn't need the windrower, but that's fine. Next time we do the grass, it will definitely be making some hay. So in a couple days time, when this field's ready once again and we get a spare moment, like I said, we'll have the same application, but we'll have the tedder on the back of this. Like I said, the Dutz Fire should be able to follow us with a tedder, windrower. And then the Volvo truck can follow us with the loading wagon and pick up the hay in one pass. So I don't know if you just saw there, the Volvo truck just had a little bit of an issue of kind of making that corner because I went a little bit too tight. I'm not going to be picky and try to get all the grass, but we're going to get most of it as what we can. So as you can see, he's just got to pick up that grass we just did there and the grass we got here. So the next place I'm going to see you at is at the BGA with the New Holland, the truck. So we can wrap up the episode with this guy compacting. Well, this time I had the New Holland on follow me, so yeah, that I just got to use it more often, get remembering that it's in the game. It's nice not to have to keep bringing one thing at a time to somewhere. So somewhere around 210,000 liters of grass, I do believe, is what we're going to end up with. Just park him right there for now. So tomorrow morning we'll have a full bunker of silage I could either sell or try to figure out if what we need to do with it. Honestly, probably right now sell it. Silage. Where do I got silage? Okay, don't have much of it. But I don't need it for a few days. But I did say the next time we do grass, it'll have to be hay, so I'm not going to be making silage. So we may have to hang on to this. Obviously, I could sell it because I'm not going to need this much. But I think what we'll do is probably just take all this and put it into the silo so we have it. Where are you going, dude? What are you doing? Alright, let's cancel out that course. I'm not sure what he's doing. I think I recorded it too far backwards. So, try this again. The one thing about a short path, it's not the best. And then make sure I stop before I get to the start point. Well, I'm not sure what's going on with courseplay because, as you know, we've done this many times before. Maybe it's a Saturday, and this is it a Saturday? You can actually tell. No, it's a Sunday. This driver, I don't know. I can't seem to get it to function correctly. At this point, I mean, I'm already 11% compacted, so I think I'm just going to stick here and do it myself. Well, I'm going to have to because I can't get courseplay to cooperate right now. But it's not going to take too long. It's only 200,000 liters, so it shouldn't take me too long to compact it. But I think this is where we're going to have to wrap up the episode, guys. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll see you next time on Mercury Farms. But until then, have a good one.